with us. First, Mr. Koshi Zakaria, sir, with us amongst us. He's an expert in the field of finance and has worked in various companies and has a very lucrative career in the field of finance. So, I would like to welcome you today.
Thank you. Thank you. It is happy to be here. Yeah.
So, the finance industry currently is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
As we have seen, like even as the news recently, I've seen like sometime back there was just 2.5 crore investors in stock market, but the number currently has gone to 8 crores suddenly in just 2-3 years. So as we know that financial industry is constantly growing. So what is the future trends of the financial industry that we are going to see, and what can we expect from the future in the finance industries?
See, finance. If you cannot limit finance industry to either fintech or some banks or something like that, because every company in the economy generates revenue. That revenue forms part of finance. So if you see, we are aiming at becoming a $5 trillion economy in the coming years.
Yes, sir.
And we are expecting by 2047 some big numbers which was there in the recent budget. Once the economy grows, automatically the finance industry, because if you see banks, just take the example of a bank. How does a bank thrive? When a business expands, they will provide financing facility to the company. So the number, if 10 companies are there today and it is 20 companies tomorrow, if the total loan exposure of say SBI is 10,000 crores, it will automatically become 15,000 crores. So the moment the industry expands, finance industry specifically expands at a maybe at the same rate or at a better exponential rate. So if you ask me where you see the economy going in the next whatever period you want to look at, the same growth will be there in finance industry. The same way, if you have to look at the flip side also. The more the growth is, the more risk for every financial industry is also there. Because if an industry doesn't work out, if there are 10 industries coming in and out of that 2 industries go down, the exposure to the bank will also be there, because that is other people's money who's being sent to the companies or shared with the companies. So in that manner, there is always a risk. So it's not just the growth you have to look at. It's also the flip side of it, the other side of the coin. So there is loss. That's how business is. Being an MBA student, you will be able to appreciate it better. If there is a loss, there is a profit. If there is a profit, there might be a loss. So that's how it is going to be.
So, like, we need to take systematic risks, whenever in the
There is
industry.
always there. That is always there. In any business.
Okay.
The moment you think of a business, there is always a risk that that product might not work,
Okay.
or even if the industry is booming.
Okay.
Take the best example of Byju's.
Okay.
It's still a very fabulous business idea,
Yes, sir.
but edtech, which is in the growing stage. But what you see has become like from $2 billion, 22 billion dollar valuation, it has come to $2 billion or $1 billion valuation in a span of 2 years.
Yes, sir.
So there is always a risk. It is not necessary that it is the industry risk.
Okay.
It can be the management risk. It can be the economy risk.
Okay.
When COVID came, most of the customer facing or wherever there were physical presence required, that entire industry collapsed. Tours and travels.
Sure.
Tours and travels was one of the major hits, and most of the companies are still recovering from the losses which they had made. So I think 60 or 70% of the companies are shut down, and they have not restarted. And wherever they have sustained, they are still covering up the losses for that. So there is always that risk.
And so, like, in the economy and the finance industry or the industries is there, it's interlinked.
Yes, of
So
course.
that as the economy grows, the finance of the industry will grow. So
And also the risk also.
okay, there is also that is. So now my second question is, now any student, like we have seen, like now these MBA students have just come into this college. Now many of them prefer to take finance. and once they enter, like there are hundreds of colleges there offer finance, and there are many students. So what is it that will help a student to stand out? I mean, suppose there are 20 students who are appearing for an interview. So like, what would you see like that this person is the best? I should select him among the 20 people. So what is
There are two, three factors which are there. One is being updated with, the current scenarios of the market. What are the laws which are prevailing? And more than that, you need to understand what role you are applying for. Not necessarily that you will like the role, or you will have an understanding of what the role is. If that is not clear, then if you go for an interview, that you will not succeed. So what you have to do is you need to understand what your core passion is. Select the jobs accordingly. Now with AI integration in the hiring sector, uh, your first five applications, you have to be very careful in choosing where you are applying. After that, the suggestions which you get will automatically be based on that. So you can have that. Then always keep yourself updated. Be ready to diversify. Say if I have been doing only accounting or MIS preparation, at a point in time, take a risk and jump into analytics. See whether you will fit into that. Before that, before jumping, have a proper understanding of what analytics mean, what that job role will entail, what you can deliver. If you feel that okay, this is not my cup of tea, drop it, go to the next level. Or next, what excites you? Passion. Whatever you're passionate about, that is something which you have to look at.
So can technology affect the jobs in the finance industry? Like,
Of course, yes.
so, like, is it a risk or for students to pursue finance or something?
No, because even if there is a technological wave, you will need a finance guy who can think.
Yes.
If you are going to do the basic job and you are not ready to upgrade yourself with the skills, then you might lose your job.
Okay.
But if you are updated with what is relevant for the current systems, then of course you will have a job.
Okay.
For example, when recession hit in 2008, the only industry which didn't affect was finance. Because to control, they needed much more talented people, not the people who do basic accounting or something, who had MBA degrees, who had chartered accountancy degrees. They were the most sought after in 2009, 2010.
Okay.
So if you look at it, there is always place for a finance guy. The only thing is you have to be to the mark, be relevant to the current time.
Okay.
Upgrade yourself, upskill yourself.
So as sir mentioned that upgrading your skills and upgrading the latest technology is very important in the current financial industry, and if we want to grow in our careers in the field of finance, and also have a very lucrative career, and also have a very strong fundamental career in our lives. So it was great having you today with us,
My pleasure,
and
my pleasure.
we really enjoyed your session
Thank
that
you.
we had some time back. And also, we would like to have more sessions like this and get more insights from you. So
Sure, I'll be open. Just let me know when if my schedule works. We'll work it out. That's what I said.
okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure being here.